Hello, everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 15 Week 3 Bear Cave. We are back for another great slate of games today. Week 3 has already been wild in a truly wacky start to Season 15. Before we get started, let me know if you can hear me, and then we can go ahead and jump in. But if you don't know what this is, it is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can hop in at any time. You can claim a team. You can hire coordinators. You can set your playbooks, your schemes. You can recruit players. You can also participate in our any of our server games. We've got BearCave, like we'll jump into. You can submit bets through our fully functional sportsbook, and we have a fully functional stock market economy as well. It's a great time, great community. Check links in any of the descriptions to join. And if you are watching live, consider using that Twitch Prime sub, as any and all revenue made through this channel will go towards that national championship trophy and care package, and you don't miss out on any of the action. So, without further ado, it was a crazy week, and I gotta tell you, that Nebraska result, man, for the first time ever, outside of like an ECU game, I was like, dude, I want to fudge the results so bad, but there's no way to do it. I just can't. So truly heartbreaking for Nebraska, the start to the season. Hopefully they can come on back and grind out some wins here late in the season. But yeah, that one hurts. But as always, we will jump on in. It is game day, folks. Woot, woot. And just a couple last homekeeping things before we get started. Check out Home Field Apparel. They just dropped a big racing collection, but they're known for their college apparel. Check them out. You can use code SFA for your first time, 15% off. And if you are a returning customer, which everybody who buys it once buys it again, you can use our affiliate link as well to continue to support us. You can also check out our Instagram if you want more content at Simulated Football Association on there. And if you want more content, additional game days, or access to the Playoff Push podcast, you can check out patreon.com/the SFA. So let's get right into it, folks. We're going to jump in with Charlotte and Akron. And if you don't know what Bear Cave is, well, we take the 10 best games that were not game day, and we jump in, live sim them to the fourth quarter. If it is close, we'll actually watch the ending live, or we'll just sim all the way through. So we got a pretty fun slate here. We're going to start out with Charlotte and Akron. So this is the first live stream of outside of Patreon of Manju Boomman, the number 3 player in the class. So we will jump in and see him, 99 speed wide receiver. And this is a game, Charlotte is a 2.5 point favorite on the road, and the over-under is 54.5. And specifically for the Bear Cave prop, we're looking for the safety, Jay Jones, total tackles. Will he get over or under 6.5? And then finally, let me just find, he wants gold, blue, gold. All right. So remember, if you're on Patreon, you do get your choice at your jersey. So we're going to go blue, gold. And then Coach Moon, if you're here, let me know, kick or receive. Yeah, this was not a great start to the week if you're a Nebraska truther. I don't remember if there's any other major upsets that happened this week. I don't think so. I think that was really the major one. Kick for Coach Moon. All right, so a home game here in the MAC. We'll see if Manju Movement can get it done. Last time they're on Bear Cave a couple of weeks ago, they got slaughtered. We're at Infocision Stadium. So here we go, week 3. Crazy that we're almost a quarter of the way through. Remember, recruits will be posting their signings after all games have been simmed today. So here we go, first quarter, Akron at home. And it's Charlotte opening up the scoring first. Charlotte goes back-to-back, but Akron finally responds. As we head to the second quarter, it is Charlotte again. This Akron defense can't get a stop. Akron, come on. So Akron, man, when we watched them live, they were cooking, not cooking here today. Charlotte is owning them 38-7. So it doesn't look like Bear Cave is being too kind to Coach Moon this season. as it's 41-7. Looks like that is going to do it. And that will end it here. So that is a Charlotte cover for those of you following along on BearCave. Charlotte cover. As we always check the game day stats. McMotor's getting a couple touchdowns. He gets 3. And no touchdowns for Moonman. So 48-7. Just an absolute smattering as Jed Powers only completed 9 passes. Just completely different from what we saw in the live sim. I can't really put my finger on this, but Moonman, he gets 3 catches, 38 yards. Oh dear. Not the best. And then our game day, and no, the under hits for the over-under on the tackles. And then we get 3 TFLs, no sacks, no interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 1 recovered. And we'll check out Charlotte. And Hamsole, he had 18-23, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, the reject. They got a lot of different people involved here today. And on defense, a couple of TFLs throughout here, a couple of sacks, no interceptions, no deflections, or a couple deflections, and not really many fumbles. So that will do it here for Akron and Charlotte. Not the best way to kick off BearCave, but that just means something crazy is coming. Yeah, Akron was goated in the sim last year, but we know how quickly this stuff changes from year to year. So as always, I got to get my players of the game. Excuse the mouse if it comes on the screen. Charlotte gets the win. All right, here we go. We're going to move on over to our next matchup, which is going to take us to Troy and NC State. This is going to be a fun one. Troy seems to be the only thing that can beat Coastal Carolina that we'll see a little bit later on, but they beat them twice last year. So Coach Airborne, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. They're the same overall as NC State. Oh man, Troy is an underrated team because they have Hephaestus Ames, a former #1 recruit. They got Wandale Hootie, an SFA quarterback. And then they brought in the SFA Player of the Year, Xavier James, to play defensive end over from App State. So, watch out for this team. They definitely could beat Coastal. And this is a 4-point favorite for Troy, 56.5 over/under for NC State. And if we're following in BearCave props, we're looking for an Xavier James sack. So will he get a sack today? The defense played very well in their first matchup, but they're on the road against a P5 team, and a pretty good one, in fact, is NC State. They made the playoff back in, what was that, Season 10? And they've been middle of the road, kind of a bowl team staple here the last 5 years. So here we go. DiGiorno says his parlay is on the line. That's what we love to see. Get involved with your bets. All right, so heads and kick if you don't make the stream. And here we go. Can Troy, they're favored on the road. Remember, the reigning Sun Belt champions, but you got to think this environment of a Power 5, man, might be a bit too much to overcome. But 6-3, the odds makers say Troy is here to stay, as we got only field goals here in the first half and nothing. We got the old nice stat line, the 6-9. Let's go. As we head to the second quarter, come on, only field goals, baby. Oh, man, only field goals. Look at the empty possessions. No! They both add a touchdown here, unfortunately. 13-16 now as we enter the fourth quarter. Can Troy punch this in? Can they retake the lead? Yes, they do! And that was a Hephaestus Ames 52-yarder right on the dome. And here we go. And then NC State now returns the favor. So we're going to go one play at a time like we always do. And we'll jump in at that 2-minute mark. But wait! We got a touchdown for NC State, and it's McKenna, the SFA tight end. He decommitted from ECU, went to NC State, and he gets a potentially game-winning touchdown, sending this back to 2 scores. So we cannot jump in until Troy hits another touchdown or hits at least a field goal, but they turn the ball over. It's looking like this one is going to be all over, and it is 17 points, just a complete collapse here in the fourth quarter from Troy, and that is going to do it. NC State wins outright. I totally thought Troy had it there with the Festus Ames big play, but no, it was NC State. So Wandale Hootie to Festus Ames multiple times, but it was McKenna who got that game-winning touchdown. How'd that do for the parlay there? Is Wandale Hootie, the sophomore, he went 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Unfortunately, they lost. Ames running the ball, didn't do too much on the ground, but through the air, they were quite effective. Then on defense, Joe Smith, Alan Patrick, the transfer over from Stanford, and Xavier James, all double-digit tackles, but what we're looking for, no sacks for Xavier James today, the reigning SFA Player of the Year. He had 3 sacks in their first game. And then for NC State, it's Leon Fenner, the redshirt senior, 18 of 32. He had a decent day. Keith Hawley, a senior as well. And then the wide receiver, Jeremy McKenna, the SFA player, 76 overall, got himself that game-winning touchdown. Nice start to his young career here. 1 sack today for Nick Rogers, the middle linebacker. You don't see that too often. Couple of interceptions, couple of deflections, and a couple forced fumbles. So that will do it here, folks. NC State, are they going to bring the ACC back? The ACC has not been that great as of late. Yes, Coach Phi, the Akron game was played, and Charlotte beat them by a landslide. So it was a Charlotte cover. And then we just had this game, which NC State won outright. Yeah, tough blow there for the Akron Zips. They looked so good in the watch party setting, but when they got on BearCave, they just kind of forgot how to play football. And that's always such a tough thing to balance in the SFA, is how you perform in the sim versus how you perform in the BearCave versus how you perform in the game day setting. There's not a perfect formula. You always have a weakness. That is why it's so difficult to win in this setting. But now we got a fun one. We've got Navy taking on Iowa State. So Coach Coco, or Broken Dreams, or whatever your name is right now, let me know, heads or tails, kick and receive, as Navy is going on the road, take on a bit of a surprise this season in the Iowa State Hawkeyes, or not the, oh my god, I'm just going to get reamed for that. It's the Cyclones, not the Iowa State Hawkeyes. Jaded and Broken Comrade. Iowa State, they've been a, I know, Jarkus, I know. I realize my error. I know. I'm an Iowa State fan, damn it. I know. But this is a 3-point favorite for Iowa State, and it's an over-under 49.5. And we are specifically looking at Kevin Kramer, the tight end. He's among the top 5 leading receivers in the country. Will he get over or under 4.5 catches today? But I was going to say, after missing the transfer portal from Logan Radke, they've still come together and put together a pretty decent team, running more of an option-style offense, I believe. They scored 63 last week on Auburn, as we got tails and kick from Jaded and Broken Comrade. And, right, tails does not work. So here we go. Navy, welcome to BearCave. I think this is the first game this season. 1-1, they took a tough loss to Arkansas, trying to get back against another Big 12 foe here at Jack Trice, and down 21! Oh dear, oh my. Not the start you wanted. Come on, Navy. Oh, this Iowa State team is crazy. Someone nerf these bozos. 35 in the first half. Can Navy get on the board? Yes, they do. They score 9 unanswered, but this one looks like it's a little too much, too little steep of a hill to climb. All right, I mean, they're making it somewhat of a game, but I can't imagine they're going to come back here as we get an interception by Zadie, likes the SFA player, and that is going to add more points, and that is going to kill the Broken Dreams once again. It is tough sledding out here this season for the SFA coaches, as 41-16 is going to get an Iowa State cover. So let's take a look, see what happened. I mean, this was just another offensive explosion from Iowa State, as Kevin Kramer got a touchdown, and Douglas got a touchdown. I mean, it's 5 unanswered in the first half here, and Oslin got 2 back, but... So Daryl Moses, he was on the chopping block this week, almost getting benched, but 18 of 39, 209, 1 interception is not going to get it done. Oslin tried to save him, but was unable to. Bernice Lazaro, the senior, gets 71 yards. And on defense, Kevin Lake, transfer from Tulane, gets 15 tackles. Maz Van Epps, the transfer from Miami, Ohio, going double digits. A lot of TFLs here. No sacks today, but we did get 2 interceptions. Drago Crawford and Kevin Lake, transfer from USC, in there. A lot of transfers on this defense. And a forced fumble there for Drago. And then looking at Iowa State, Dan Brown, the rising sophomore. Look at him cook. And then on the ground, though, Jonathan Bonds, and they didn't give it to the other running back here today all that much, but they didn't need to, I guess. And there's the over for Kevin Kramer. He is a very good tight end. And on defense, Jason Meeks, Alexis Elwood, the SFA player, gets 3 TFLs and a sack today. Domination there in the middle. And interception for the SFA player, Zadie likes. Couple of deflections here. Bomani Edmonds, the freshman, getting involved. Couple of forced fumbles here and recoveries. Oh God, Dogwater, Mercury Morris for Heisman. He was a vulture merchant, dude. One of those came off of that pick 6, or not pick 6, but it took him like 4 attempts too. All right, so we're blowing through this BearCave this week. We've yet to have a really close finish, but I mean, this is setting up for a really good second half of the graphic. If you want to follow along, we always go in order from left to right on the graphic. As next up is we've got, this game tied in the game day voting. We've got Miami and we've got Hawaii. So, Coach Eisen, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive, you do get priority over Coach Woolley as he is the home team. This is going to be a fun one. This almost got to game day, but just was a couple of votes short. This is going to be an interesting one as Miami is getting much better than recent years. In Hawaii, obviously, the reigning Mountain West champions. They give Miami an edge on paper. The sportsbook says it's a 5-point favorite for the Miami Hurricanes. 52.5 over under. Tails and kick for Coach Eisen. All right. And then we have Kareem Paul. We're looking for a rushing touchdown in the BearCave props. Yes. Chief Sheba. This is Eisen. Perfect. So, first chance we get to see the Miami Hurricanes this year. Last time we saw them, they went to overtime with Tulsa last season on BearCave in a great game. So, they travel over to Hawaii. Can the Canes get it done? A top 25 victory on their road to finding some respect. This is a Miami program that has just been down in the dumps since they got kicked out of the ACC a couple of years ago. They had disputes in academic issues, disputes within the Latina Jews community, but that's all over the mountain after ECU won their national championship. So Miami is back on the rise. And remember, folks, this stadium does cut off the end zones if we do happen to watch the game. It's not a glitch. It's just the way the revamp team made the stadium. So the tails and kick works to perfection. So can Miami steal a win on the road here? 3-0 here for Miami, but Hawaii gets a touchdown. They battle back. It looks like that was a turnover, and they go up 10. Come on, Hawaii. And they can't punch it in. Hawaii going down 17 at home. Talk about defend the island. Oh, no. Hawaii can't score. There you go, finally. So many empty possessions as Miami continues to throttle them in. Come on, Hawaii. There you go. All right, time is ticking. We got one play at a time now. It is close. Remember, we only jump in if it is a one-score possession. But this Birch guy's running it down your throat. What is that, 10, 12 carries in a row? Oh, my God. They cannot stop the run. And that is going to do it, folks. Hawaii is going to take their first L of the season as we are going to get a cover here for Miami. Down to 10. I mean, could we see some shenanigans here? Does not look like it, and that will do it. Oh my. We gotta get a response on the Wooly podcast for this one. Coach Eisen bringing these guys out of the dust on the back of Birch. We gotta check out this Birch guy as Malika Fruz gets one. Malika Fruz gets another, so it doesn't look like there was a rushing touchdown for Kareem Paul. All right, so Anthony Cameron, the redshirt junior, 19 of 27, 258, 2 tutties. Running the ball, Travis Birch, the sophomore here, almost 40 carries, 3 touchdowns. He just workhorse guy from Georgia. He also caught a pass. And TFL's Terrence Scott, Brandon Montgomery, Adam Kerr. And no sacks today. 3 interceptions, though, so they were very active. And a defensive tackle got an interception. Couple of deflections here. And then Hawaii, Kareem Paul, a very weird day. He had to throw it 43 times. He threw 3 picks and 3 touchdowns. Run the ball, he did run it pretty well, but no touchdowns for him. It was Jerome Fleming. And then Malika Fruz, he had 99 yards, 2 tutties. Travis Campbell, Harrison Brooks got involved a little bit. And Marchetti didn't really do much. And on defense, Jamie Butler. A lot of TFLs here for Samuel Cunningham, Carter, and Armstrong, but no sacks, no extracurriculars. And that is what's going to kill you. It was definitely the turnover margin here today. All right, so, I mean, that's a Miami cover, but we've had 3 covers, but I'd say this is a bit surprising of a start. I thought either Hawaii or Troy may take down their opponent here in NC State or Miami, but it looks like we're getting a bit of a shock week, so to speak. A lot of chances to change that, though, coming on up. All right, so moving right along here. And it is time for, oh baby, the Sickos game of the week. The Ohio Mania takes BearCave by storm as they go on the road, take on Duke. All the homies love Ohio. This is nothing against you, DiGiorno. I would love for you to make Duke really good, but not today, folks, as Ohio is finally good. So, Coach Howard, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick. Hello, 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 hello. All right, I'm back. My mic got disconnected. So I don't know how much you heard, but it is a 2-point spread for Ohio and a 52.5 over/under. And then we're looking for James Callahan touchdowns, anytime TDs here today. Yeah, sorry, that was my mic. So I do not see, I don't see Coach Howard Black in here. So, DiGiorno, let me know, kick or receive. You don't get to pick the coin toss because you're at home, but you get to choose kick or receive. We'll go with your side today. I really would not like my mic to bitch out. I don't want to go buy a new one. All right, here we go. It is Duke time. Kyron McGee there in the middle, the SFA player from a couple years ago. DiGiorno, kick or receive, my good sir. This is the first time we've seen Duke in quite a bit. We haven't seen Ohio in a couple of seasons, I don't think. So here we go. Fields, Crook, and company. We get a kick. Nobody's going on the Wooly podcast. He cooks by himself. Get your own podcasts. As we started out here in Duke. And Ohio takes the early lead. Can they hold on? Duke gets one back. Ohio adds a field goal. Nolan Figs lead this team, sir. 10-10 at halftime. The Sickos matchup living up to the hype so far. 13-10. Oh, baby, is this going to stay low scoring? It looks like it. 2-score lead here for Ohio. Ohio may have them on the ropes, but here comes Duke. They add a tutty. Long drive ends in a no-good field goal. Duke has their shot. They're driving, and we are jumping on in on 4th and 10 as they punt. I'm sick. So they're going to punt and trust the defense here. So here comes the punt team. First game we're jumping into here today, folks. As Ohio looks, they run over 2 men. That's James Callahan returning kicks as well. He's the do-it-all back. He's the 4-down back. Talk about a 3-down back. He's the 4-down back. And here comes Ohio. The SFA quarterback, Nolan Figs, under center. You've got James Callahan in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him there. He stiffies a man and goes down. He has 162 yards, and his 2-touchdown line does hit. So James Callahan, man, he might be a dark horse for the Heisman this season. A couple of first downs would win them this game. It goes to the outside. There goes Callahan. He gets the quarter. He gets the first and a lot more. Oh, baby, last hope now for Duke. And I'm not sure why they would choose to punt it, knowing that you have Callahan on the other side. Interesting strategy for sure. 1st and 10. Handoff for Callahan. Goes to the outside, and he gets nothing. Brought down by Kyron McGee there in the middle, number 94. Tyson Fuller in there as well. Second and 9, under center, offset eye. Terry Tompkins in the game. Transfer from Ohio State, the fullback. Oh, look at Callahan explode! There he goes! Touchdown, Ohio Bobcats, baby! As they are looking to take down Duke. What a run! Holy Toledo, what a run. He shot out of a cannon. And remember, we can't jump back in until it's a 1-score game again. So we're going to go one play at a time here, see if Duke can corral it. But no, we've got some too much time, and there it is. Duke takes the L. Ohio gets the cover. What a run there from James Callahan. Maybe the steal of the portal, as look at him go. 223. This man popped off for Baylor last year as their lead back, and now he's doing it for the Bobcats. So yes, sir, this was a Ohio cover. So So just recapping so far, if you missed any of the action, we had a Charlotte cover, NC State won outright over Troy, Iowa State cover, Miami cover, and Ohio cover. A very cover week this week. Yeah, Duke doesn't have Grant Davis, that's right. Dude, if Ohio made the CFP, I'd be so happy. As Callahan, man, look at him run, look at him turn, baby, let's go. All right, let's check out the stats here. Yeah, Troy took, it was close in the fourth quarter, and then a couple of turnovers as Adam Barnes, the senior, 243, 1 touchdown. Run the ball, it was Terrell Pittman, the junior. Receiving looked like this. And on defense, a couple of guys get 9 tackles. 1 sack here for Gordon. No interceptions. Couple of deflections. Ion Peaks getting involved, the SFA transfer. And no fumbles. And as we look at Ohio, Nolan Figs, SFA player his sophomore year, 13 of 28. And on the ground, it was just all James Callahan running it down your throat. Then on defense, a lot of SFA players on this defense. Ulysses Hasselman, SFA player, his debut did pretty well. Got a sack for Robbie Carmichael, former Nebraska Cornhusker. Probably glad he is not in the red and white at this point. And he got a fumble. Big day here for Robbie Carmichael. Yeah, Callahan cooked, man. All right, as always, I got to get my players of the game. Remember, games will be posted after streams, and VODs will be available later tonight, with highlights being available tomorrow of game day. All right, now we got the Patreon game of the week choice, and they chose to go with a classic from last season, Missouri taking on Western Kentucky. So this is a Missouri team, Coach Tribe. He had a bit of a rough start to start the season, losing a weird one to UAB. So Coach Tribe, heads or tails, kick or receive, good sir. Let me get your jerseys popping, as we've got UE going with the All Blacks and Tribe going yellow helmet, white jersey, white pants. All right. So we're going to go yellow. A lot of white tigers here. There we go. All right. And then we got the black and the black. Cool, cool. And oh, I hate these people. All right, we'll go with the gold tiger. I guess you have to do the home team first. All right, Coach Tribe, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a 6.5 point spread for Missouri and 51.5 over under. And we are looking at Maximus Mays III, quarterback for Western Kentucky, over under 0.5 for an interception. Now, this is a Western Kentucky team that toppled a top 10 Georgia Tech last week on BearCave. So nothing can be safe here for Missouri. They've got to come out firing on all cylinders. So let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. Tails and kick for Coach Tribe here today. You can't hear anything. Oh, okay. Thank you for scaring the shit out of me, Coach Tribe. Now I hope you lose by 42. And you can't hear that. Ha ha ha. I hope PJ Morton breaks his knees. Alright, here we go. We've got another classic. This was a great game last season that came down to the wire. It was an upset for Western Kentucky. So tails and kick here today. And here we go, folks. Back here in Bowling Green, that's where Western Kentucky plays their games. Missouri gets a touchdown here to start it out, but they give one right up. And there's a big stop there for Missouri. Maximus Mays trying to stay in this game. Down 14 now. You got to stay. And there's a big play. But Missouri quickly re-adds to the lead. 2 scores. Can Huey get back into this one? And in? No, Missouri's looking pretty good. Missouri, they could run away with this one. And Western Kentucky has to start cooking. It looks like they are. Down 18. It's not looking good. And the long drive there. And that is likely going to do it here, folks. As that is a big win for the Missouri Tigers. Getting back in the win column. Bang, bang on your dome. We've got another cover, folks. So after a wacko week last week, we're going all covers this week, it seems. Jeez Louise. You guys hear that? My mic is messing up today. All right, but as we look at the scoring summary here, a lot of disco going on. P.J. Morton, 16 of 30, 272, 3 touchdowns. Oh, the clicking noise, that's my controller. So you can hear my controller. But I got static in my ear for a second. But 177 for Cyrus Disco. Don't tell him he regressed this offseason. Holy Toledo, big-time game this season. Or today. Lindano over 100 yards, big time. Sanker with 14 pancakes. Holy Toledo. Jeff Brown, Tyler Smoot getting involved. Couple of sacks here. No interceptions, though. Couple of deflections. And the fumble for Justin Jones. So a big time comeback for Missouri after a disappointing week 1. No interceptions, though, for Maximus Mays III, so he kept the clean sheet there for you bettors on the under. Some of you are sick on that one, I am sure, as Jackson Viss gets in. So maybe there was an injury to Brent Charles, and Jackson Viss, he had a long one. It looks like, no, he didn't. 9 yards, not that long. It looks like it was James Williams that got the deep one, as Les Palmer was held in check today. Benny Keuchel, 6 pancakes. No sacks here for the defense. Couple of interceptions. Nope. No interceptions either side. Deflection from Lee and no fumbles. So that is going to do it here, folks. 41-20. Missouri gets back in the win column. Let's go, Tribe. Tough loss to UAB, but I don't want to say we'll take it, but that was a must-win. It was a must-win for Missouri fans. All right, so we're very quickly going right through this BearCave. 38 minutes in, and we're already on the right side of the graphic. We're just trucking right along. We're going to keep it rolling here as we get an AAC Classic on deck for you, as maybe we'll get to see the debut of Bourbon Boozin' live on stream. Last week, he chose to take the second half off, I believe, as he wasn't injured. So, Army at Cincinnati. So, Coach McNasty or MZ, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And this is a 3.5 point spread for Cincinnati at home, 41.5 over under. And we're looking for that Bourbon Boozin' anytime TD. I know McNasty's going all in on that one today. So, let me know. We're going to go with Cincinnati, though, because I know MZ has been inactive as of late. So, do not see either of you guys. But neither of them seem to be here, so I have to go with the away team, as is the standard. So, here we go. See, Tribe, it's so much more fun when the SFA guys start popping off. Oh, baby, we got a nighttime game. This is an AAC Classic, big-time divisional matchup here early on in Week 3 this season. Cincinnati trying to get back to the top of the mountain with Coach McNasty taking the helm at Nippert Stadium. Nips out for Nippert. As here we go, heads and kick. And Cincinnati wants the ball. Okay, Big Daddy. Let's see what you got. Cincinnati number 16. 7-0 here in the first quarter. And they had another one. 14-6. Cincinnati looking good here in the first half. But Army's hanging around there. Defense looking great for Army. They add 3. Yeah, the mic's not doing too hot today, unfortunately. I don't know what happened with my headset. But we're going one at a time. It's still an 8-point game. Yeah, I might have to stop by like Walmart or Target tomorrow to get a new one. But 17, we're going to jump in here hopefully in a second. Are they going to keep this close? Ruddy Rogers, can he tie this game up? Still a 1-score game. They do get there inside. They get the touchdown, and we're going to jump in for the 2-point conversion here. We're at that 2-minute mark. Under center, can Army punch this in? Handoff, it's the quarterback, and he falls forward. Bang on your dome. We got a tie ball game, folks, as we check in on one of the bigger surprises here, the overtime win for North Carolina over Boston College. They almost had them. But now we got a tie ball game here, folks. We're going to watch it, and we are going to get Cincinnati, and we get to see the debut of Bourbon Boozin. Hopefully. The 7-foot, 300-pound running back. But wait, there he goes down the sideline. He's pushing. Still running up to the 40 for Peter Richards. Here we go, folks. The debut of the 7-footer monster in the backfield, Bourbon Boozin. Keely Radix there. We hand it off to Boozin. There he goes. He's pushing. Oh, look at him carry him for 20. What a run for Bourbon Boozin. He is 74 yards on the day. He was the number 3 prospect. Moonman was actually number 2, so Bourbon was number 3. He's a tight end, running back hybrid, 7 foot, 300 pounds. They bring it on all blitz. There goes Keely Radix. He runs it forward, and he gets hit. 17-17 here late. He's 80 speed, I believe. He's just super, like, long strides, I guess. I don't know. But Keely Radix, he takes off, and he gets away again. That's a first down. A lot more. What a cut! There goes Keely inside the 20. Cincinnati is 3 runs already inside the 15. Clock running. Army has to start calling timeouts. They thought they had this. Delay give to Bourbon. Up the gut. Bourbon stiffies a man, and he gets 6. A lot of money on the line for that Bourbon touchdown. I don't see it yet. He would need the receiving touchdown. We didn't see it in the rushing stats. 2nd and 4. Minute left. They hand it to Bourbon. He goes up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown for Bourbon Boozin. They give Cincinnati the lead. This man is going to be a problem. If you remember Binks McBurnfinger, this is the opposite. Bowling ball versus just a straight fucking freight train. So now can Army come back? Can Army bring this one back? They down 7. Plenty of time, though. They still have a timeout. Unbelievable run there from Bourbon, powering through 3 or 4 people to get into the end zone there. Exactly what he was designed to do. So under center here for Army. And almost escapes is Andy Gatewood, but he gets sacked from -4. That's P.N.A. Litton, the SFA player, getting 6 TFLs today, 13 total tackles. He's 5'5" in the middle there. And they throw that out. What a catch from T.J. Sanderson, the SFA player, going up, climbing the ladder, but that's not going to really help you here. Gatewood over the seam, one-handed again. There's Eric Montoya, the Oklahoma transfer, making a play. So Andy Gatewood, not the most accurate guy, it seems. But getting the job done here. Army, the wideouts are helping him out. There goes Sanderson again. He breaks 2 tackles. TJ Sanderson looking good. Army, they could make this a game. Make this interesting. 28 seconds. Gatewood, he takes off. He has to get to that first down marker, and he cannot. Clock is running. They're going to choose to hold on to the timeout as they're at the 40. Looks like they're going to spike this one. No, they're going to run a play. 10 seconds left. Gatewood, he throws that to the corner. He hits Sanderson out of bounds. 7 seconds left, and they take the timeout. So 2 shots at the end zone here. Can Army do the unthinkable? We are 26 yards away. Top of your screen, Ike Wishbone, number 2 on TJ Sanderson. Gatewood, he yams that deep, and it's overthrown, but there's 3 seconds left on the clock. Ike Wishbone dropped it. Unbelievable play here from both teams, scoring incredibly quickly. I love this game. I would hope this goes to OT. Army has their chance here. Floats it as he's hit, and it's tipped away by Ike Wishbone, and Cincinnati hangs on. They get a critical win here in the AAC. Army can't quite come back, and Bourbon Boozin gets that game-winning touchdown. Unbelievable game there. The Legion of Dread looking good. Looking better than ever. Back-to-back deflections there for Ike Wishbone. More known for his run defense than his coverage. But he gets it done here. The SFA player shining bright here today. And Cincinnati really maintains, it really looks like the second best team in the group of 5. Actually, I'm actually going to lie there. That's a lie. I think that Ohio might have passed them in my rankings here. Yeah, Bourbon Boozin looking great here today, folks. First time we got to see him live, and boy, was it a joy, a sight to see, as Cincinnati stays perfect. Ruddy Rogers had himself a 35-yard run. Boozin, though, came back. Let's see if they give us a replay. Yes, they will. Let's just see what exactly happened here. Game-winning touchdown, like he's met. Look at this. You're met at the 3 by 4 men, and this turns into a touchdown. This man's a beast. Look at him extend. This man is not only massive, he's smart. All right, let's take a look here as Andy Gatewood, 18 of 29, 242, 2 interceptions. Ruddy Rogers, 156 on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Great day for him. TJ Sanderson, over 100 yards. On defense, Jamice Lawson gets 6. Couple TFLs here for Morton Hudson, SFA player. Interception today for Terrence Jennings. Couple of deflections. Kenzo Carter, SFA player in there. But if we look at Cincinnati, let's take a look. Keely Radix, SFA player, 20 of 35, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rushing the ball, it was Boozin. He didn't really have to do much because he didn't need to, but he got the touchdown when you needed it. He also had 3 catches. On defense, it was Steve Patterson, Jonathan Tate, and P.N.A. Litton, the monsters there in the middle. A lot of TFLs as well, leading them to victory. 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a couple of deflections there at the end from Ike Wishbone. And that will do it here, folks. So we're well on our way here into the second half of BearCave. Got a large Sonic mozzarella stick. What do you call? I got some buffalo mac and cheese waiting for me after all the games here tonight. That's my go-to game day because it's a super easy thing to make. Hey, depends what cereal, DiGiorno. And I'm a big truther of dry cereal. I do not eat cereal with milk. As we move on here. So now we got a good one. We got LSU taking on USC. So let's go find this man. Oh no, you got to remember it's 5:11 where I am right now, so it's not like crazy. I normally eat around 8 o'clock. But this game here, folks, if you're betting on it, it is a -2 for USC as Coach Lama and LSU take their talents to Pasadena. 56.5 is the over-under, and we're looking specifically at Dylon Sarnecki, the SFA safety. Will he get a deflection here today? So, Llama, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive? Not really, Dogwater. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's late for the man who has wife and kids, but I sometimes eat at 5, I sometimes eat at 7, sometimes 8, sometimes fucking midnight if I'm busy doing SFA stuff. Exactly. I don't have anybody to rely on. I don't have a wife and kids. All right, I do not see Llama, so it is heads and kick. Exactly. I got Miss TC, but we're a ways away from that stat. As we jump in here, first quarter, LSU 10-7 here. So LaVelo Blackley, man, I mean, he choked on the game day setting, but he got an overtime win last week to give him a bit of confidence. And look at him go, coming out on the road here, looking pretty good. I mean, they're kind of dominating here. LSU is going crazy. The defense, talk about that, holding them to 7 points. LSU. I would hope so, DiGiorno. I've been dating her for over 6 years. No, me and Miss TC are on the same page on everything, so I can say whatever I want. As it's 33-7. Holy Toledo. That is a domination right there, folks. As as finally the cover fest ends here as LSU wins outright. Domination here for LSU. Put some respect on Llama's name. We got the $1 million man getting an opening touchdown, defensive touchdown. LaVelo Blackley on the ground. LaVelo Blackley, man, he gets some confidence from that OT win against Washington. He still throws 2 picks, having some turnover issues as a freshman here, but that's to be expected. But he adds in a little English here on the ground. Sean Ebers over 100 yards. He's really becoming what we all thought he would be. 4 TFLs, 5 TFLs here today. No sacks, no interceptions, and deflection-wise, couple of them. Got a fumble here, Brian Smith. That was the touchdown. And then USC does what USC does. Fell apart. 15-39, 197 for Terrence House. Nothing extra. Brandon Ashley did nothing either. And, I mean, this is just sad for USC. Finally felt like they're going to be good this year, and then they just completely stink it up here today, unfortunately, as They got a couple of interceptions here. Did they get any deflections? Dylon Sarnecki, yes, the line does hit the over hits. However, they lose today as Aaron Bell gets a fumble. But 33-7 on your dome. USC is going home. Yeah, thanks for checking, Togwater, because yeah, if I say something wrong, I might die. The SFA could end in a blink of an eye. Latinas are no joke. All right. What did I already name as LSU? Okay. Why do I have LSU on here? Sorry, talking to myself. All right, as we continue on here, the games only get better from here. As we only have 2 left. God damn, we're flying through BearCave today. I mean, not really. It's about the same time as normal. But next up, we've got a fun one. We got Dave and Nick. Oregon and Tennessee. So, Coach Dave, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And he wants yellow helmet, white jersey, yellow pants. So that means they're going to go with their orange, typical. And then we want yellow, white, yellow. Stupid Mike. Sorry for any backfeed that's happening here today. It won't happen on game day, so I won't have to move my cord. But, yeah, I guess my cord is starting to get fucked up. All right, I don't see Dave. Nick, I don't see him either. But this is, if you're a betting man, this is a 9-point spread for Tennessee, 41.5 over under for Oregon. And the line we're looking at is Jace Fiker receiving yards, over under 49.5. I think, yeah, just a little bit of static. I should just get a new mic if it's messing up. These are pretty cheap. But there's some disrespect going on for Oregon. Yeah, they had a close win over Wyoming, but come on, man. This is a good team. Picked them to win the Pac-12. So we'll jump on in here. I mean, I could always plug in my Yeti. I like using my headset for the stream because I move around and, you know, I scream and stuff, so it's better with my headset. All right, we've got Oregon on the road in Neyland. Here we go. Number 7, Tennessee. They had a tough opening week loss, but then they came back, dominated Cal. Can they get another big out-of-conference victory before they start SEC play? Here we go. Tennessee is notoriously great on BearCave, but Oregon starts out with a touchdown. Tennessee comes up empty-handed. Tennessee gets 3. Nice first quarter there for Oregon. Very defensive battle here in the first half. 7-3. Tennessee adds a field goal at halftime. So Oregon has the lead here. That very low 41.5 line seems to be cooking here. As you start the second half, there goes Tennessee finally on the board. Do the floodgates open? No, Oregon misses the extra point. As we go to the fourth quarter, Tennessee, oh my, what? How did this get to 16-16? They both add a field goal, I guess. What the heck? All right, we go one at a time, and there's a safety! We get a safety here for DeLuca. The fullback gets stuffed. So we're going to go one play at a time as Boss Hennessy is intercepted. We got the safety into the interception. Here comes Oregon now. Can they take the lead? Yes, they do. This game is going crazy. It's a 5-point lead, but here comes Hennessy and company. They are driving. Remember, we jump in at the 2-minute mark. It's 4th down, and that's going to be a touchdown, a defensive return. What? We get a punt return for a touchdown. Oh, my God, Oregon. Are they going to do it? A punt return in the fourth quarter? Remember, we don't jump in. It's 2 scores at this point. We can't jump in until it's 1, and that's a sack. Oregon takes over. Oregon's going to win this game. A 33. It's 15 points. Tennessee got a safety and then nothing else. And that's gonna do it. The top 10 team goes down. Another team. 2 teams I chose to go to the semis this year, Nebraska and Tennessee, are 1 and 2. What a unbelievable game for Coach Dave. Very defensive battle here in the first half. They started popping off left and right. They got the safety, and then the holy Toledo, a fourth quarter punt return for 85 yards. That is going to leave a mark. What a play for Oregon. Sal Easton did not even play all that well today, but remember, there are 3 phases to the game. As Adam Williams goes 30 of 134. Fiker got 43, so he gets under on the pass yards. 11 tackles here, 5 TFLs, 3 sacks for Brandon Carter. He was cooking there in the middle. Get that interception from Chris Young as well to spring the comeback after the safety. A lot of deflections. They got the fumble. And then for Boss Hennessy, what's going wrong, man? He went 23 of 39, 241, the interception. Running the ball, Des Stiffy, almost 100 yards. He got a touchdown as well. Trent Fox led the team in receiving. And on defense, Bruno Van Peter, Jamarian Sippins. Got a lot of TFLs here. Keen Long Slug. Couple of sacks. No interceptions, though. And the deflections, obviously. So it looks like the difference, obviously, was that punt and the interceptions. And Oregon, if you do not rank them next week, folks, you better be. That was incredible. What a win for Oregon. A 9-point dog. If you put money on Oregon, man, congratulations. What a win there. So back-to-back underdogs win. LSU and Oregon get it done. As we have one more game here, folks, before we head on into game day. And this is a big one. We've got the Utah Utes and Coach Fink taking on Coastal Carolina, the fan favorite team, coming off of the biggest comeback in SFA history. A 27 fourth quarter point comeback. Holy shit, 20 points in the last 2 minutes. Think if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, as you are the road team. This is going to be a good one, folks, as this is a 3-point spread for Utah. Everybody was clowning it. We'll see if it holds true. 60.5 over under is to be expected. And the line today, folks, Grant Davis, 3+ total touchdowns and a win. Seems easy enough. They put that line at plus 400. We'll see if it comes to fruition. So, Coach Fink, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. If you don't show up, I'm going to have to give Trogsta the pick. Alright, I do not see Fink, so... Oh, heads and kick. There he goes. Fink comes in at the very last second. Sorry, once again, we got a little bit of feedback. That's okay. Here we go. Can Coastal Carolina keep it going? They have wins over Ohio State and Nebraska. Can they add a big one in Utah before starting Sun Belt action? They're coming off of the craziest game in SFA history. At least one of them. Vaulted up to number 6 in the country. Started out number 19 in the preseason. Heads and kick for Fink. This is, I believe this might be your BearCave, your first stream as the Utah coach. So Finkelschmidt, long-time coach in the SFA. I believe he holds the record for most teams coached. Next quarter, and Coastal starts out with a tutty. They throw an interception. Coastal can't capitalize. It's only a 7-pointer. All right, Coastal adds another. Coastal Carolina, we love you. They add 3, though, for Utah. That's 21. It's not looking good here for Utah. They've got to pull back. They get 6. What is this? Is this Coach Moon coaching them? It's 31-6. You can't make this one up, folks. Another interception by DeMar Moon. It's 38. Give us another. 38-12. Absolute domination here on the teal turf. Coastal Carolina does it again. Bang! Bang! Give Grant Davis the Heisman. You are right. They started out with a tutty there. Bang. AJ Samuel, bang. Murray, bang. Samuel, bang, bang, bang. And the hits, the plus 400 bet hits. Grant Davis may just be the greatest player to ever grace the SFA field. Holy Toledo, this man cannot be stopped. Is Matt Hale, the transfer from Texas, just didn't have it in him today. 262, 1 touchdown, 2 interception. He has to grow a little bit here. And then running the ball, remember the backup running back had to come in. They split up the carries here. It doesn't look like there was too much going for them this week. Kira Streaker, Norwood, and Nazir Fitzsimmons shows up today, but only 4 TFLs, no sacks. The offensive line holding true, no turnovers, and only got 1 interception for Carlton Thorne, the SFA player. Grant Davis, 24 of 36, 346, 4 touchdowns, 66%. Grant Davis adds 95 on the ground for AJ Samuel. He gets 21 of his own. He's going a lot more pass-heavy this season. I can see he's not running the ball as much. Maybe trying to shift his game, getting ready for the NFL draft, as it's Percy Lockhart, the SFA player, with 14 tackles. A couple of TFLs here across the board, a sack. And then both of the SFA linebackers get involved, DeMar Moon and Percy Lockhart. Like I said, this team only has like 3 SFA defenders, but they play massive roles on this team. As forced fumble there for Joseph Mason. And that is going to do it here, folks. An unbelievable slate of BearCave this week. Pretty short as well. So, as always, folks, before we head on out here in the BearCave stream, we will check in on Week 4 matchups to see what's coming on down the pipe. As Coastal remains undefeated, and that is a massive run from Coastal. This is a real good team. This is one of the better G5 teams I've seen in the SFA in terms of in-season work, at least. So very excited to see what comes from them. We have a game coming up here in a bit, and yes, all other games have been simmed. So let's take a look at Week 4. What does it have coming down the pipe? Well, we got San Diego State at Oklahoma. That could be a banger. Florida State, Buffalo. We got Missouri, Akron, UTSA, ULM, Southern Miss, Texas, taking on his former team. Duke, Georgia Tech could be spicy. Oregon State, Arizona. You would think this would be flipped on the records there. Alabama, Georgia, both teams falling off a bit. Coastal gets a freebie there. So kind of looking for some game day-esque games. This could be one of those weeks where we get to see some lesser-known talent in the SFA. Texas State, Vanderbilt, it looks juicy. TCU, Tulsa. LSU, A&M, that could be good, but unfortunately LSU they're not allowed to be on game day. Remember, you can only have one game day before Week 10 before you can double up. We want to see different teams throughout the season. Ooh, the Safeway Bowl down here, North Texas and SMU. Ohio State, Colorado. Oh, and there it is. Cyhawk, baby. Come on, we love the Cyhawk game here in the SFA. It's a tradition unlike any other. Got UNLV, Oregon. That could be good. And that is going to do it for the Week 4 slate, folks. So thank you guys so much for watching Bear Cave. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break, and we will be right back for game day. We've got Texas taking on Baylor here. It's going to be a good one. It is going to be a lot of fun. A lot on the line for both of these teams. So we'll be back here in about 5 minutes. Thanks for watching, folks. See you in a sec.